So when our oldest daughter started kindergarten, we kind of made the assumption we're in an area with great public schools, great charter schools. Anywhere she goes, she's going to get a great education. And 2 years into our journey at our first school, I think we were a little bit dissatisfied with the academics. We didn't feel like she was being challenged enough.
I was looking for a school where I felt both of them would feel included and that they would feel validated as students, not only by their friends and their peers, but also by the faculty. That was very important for me.
When we found out about Dawson and the smaller class sizes, we just knew that that might be a good fit. The teachers all know every child's name, which we always loved. Like, Kate can't get away with anything here because everybody knows who you are.
The high level of standards in terms of the academic work, expectations about how adults and kids treat each other, I think helps reinforce what we do at home and is an important part of the community, as opposed to the kids just being a cog in the wheel.
If you do research on what makes a good school, something that comes up time and time again is relationships. So relationships between parents, between teacher to teacher, parents and teachers, teachers and kids. When I think about that and I think about what makes Dawson a good school, it is the relationships. And I think the small community, the continuity in the classes between the kids, low student to teacher ratios.
I think what makes Dawson so special is the rapport that these kids have with these teachers. I come to back to school night or just being around campus and the way the teachers talk to the kids and the kids talk to the teachers, incredible rapport. Like teachers come down to this kids level and they see eye to eye with the kids and that connection is totally there.
Something that I have gotten used to over the years, however, at first it was a very big deal, was the availability of different activities. If they felt like they wanted to do this, it was there. If not, there was something else. So there was always something that they could connect with beyond academics that I felt would make them more well-rounded as individuals.
Dawson has nurtured Cade's passions because they have such a wide variety of classes, like the musical or jewelry making or drawing and painting. You can explore things that you weren't sure you liked. Last year, Cade took his first AP course, and it was definitely difficult at the beginning of the year. His teacher and all the teachers help you to advocate for yourself. And when you learn that self-advocacy, it really gives you a lot more self-confidence. And the teacher really helped him to figure out how to study for a college test, not an 8th grade test, not a normal high school test, but they really helped him learn and test for passing a college course.
Yeah, when you take dedicated professional teachers and educators who want to do a good job and you arm them with the resources of this innovation center, the campus, the experiential learning that can happen, you can have some pretty high expectations about what the outcomes are. That's a pretty good formula.
The way Dawson prepares students for college, I think is outstanding. And it starts from an early stage. It's not just as a high school senior.
My favorite thing about Dawson is the balance. They do help the students work hard and know when to work hard, but they also care about their mental health and rounding it out with some fun.
I can't think of any better place to invest resources. If you have the opportunity to invest in your kid's future, the environment, putting them in the best possible place to excel, it becomes a pretty easy question for me. And it has been certainly an investment, not a cost.
I think Dawson has a great community. All the parents here at Dawson have one thing in common, which is our child wanting the best for our kid to have the tools to go out there into the world and make a difference.